Hey guys, I'm sorry this video is a day late. To be honest, I actually thought today was Monday and yesterday was Sunday. Turns out today is Tuesday and not Monday. So this video is a day late, but hey, I'm still posting my video either way. So this week I wanted to talk about books. I'm not an avid reader as I used to be, but I do like to read, and I get a lot of fantastic, phenomenal information that helps me in my life through books. And a lot of people always ask me, hey, I really want to change my life. I really want to get started in this path. What books do you recommend to get started? And right off the bat, I can think of like probably 10 different books, but I've narrowed it down to 3 books that I think are really, really important for you to read when you're just getting started or wanting to change your life or your mindset and become more positive and all that. So I'm going to share these books with you. The first book that I recommend is a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. It is the book that got me started in my journey as an entrepreneur. I was working at Home Depot at the time when I first read this book, and my current boyfriend, who was a good friend of mine at the time, recommended me to read this book because I was like, I really want to change my life. Like I can't stand the idea of constantly living this 9 to 5 lifestyle or even just retail life. I need more out of my life, and I just can't imagine doing this for the rest of my life. And he said, well, you need to first tackle your mindset. You have to understand what it means to not live the 9 to 5 lifestyle. And so he introduced me to this book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and this book opened my eyes to so many possibilities of the potentials we have as people, and how it just made me realize how we've been limited in our ideas of what is possible and what isn't, as far as the way we live, how we live in this rat race that everybody is like, running, and there's no way out, and they're just constantly like going in circles and circles and circles with no way out, when there's like doors all over the place, but all they know is this like one little road, and they just keep running past these doors to another possibility, but they're like, no, everybody's running this race, we're gonna run it too. And this book really helped me open my eyes and made me realize that it's possible to live the lifestyle that you want and not follow the lifestyle that most people believe is the true way of living. Like going to school. There's nothing wrong with going to school, but going to school, getting a good degree, getting a job because of that good degree, and then so on and so forth. So I highly recommend this book to anybody who wants to have their eyes opened and to change their mindset. It's fantastic. It's I love this book. This book I recommend to anyone. If you've never read any self-help books in your life, start with this book. So that's a really good mindset book. The second book that I highly recommend is a book that was recommended to me because I have issues with procrastination. I have a really hard time being consistent with my activities. I'm getting a lot better at it, but this book helped me a lot. I was talking to a friend one day about how, and I was like, I suck at, I procrastinate so much. And he was like, oh, I have this book you can read. And that was like a year ago, and I finally picked it up. And it's a phenomenal book. It's called The Slight Edge. You probably heard me mention it a couple times. It's by Jeff Olson. In the back it says, the slight edge is a way of thinking that enables you to make the daily choices that will lead you to the success and happiness you desire. And he really stresses and explains how little tiny efforts you make each day, no matter how small it is, just as long as you're working at something every single day, how big of an impact that'll make in your life. And oftentimes people forget that, you know, especially when they're in the grind of things and all they can see is this hard work, that the hard work, if you continue doing it, it does pay off. And this book just, you know, this book recommends reading books like self-help books and other books at least 10 pages a day. So I read 10 pages every morning of this book, and my productivity just skyrocketed, because every morning I would read 10 pages of this and be reminded why it's so important to do those, you know, make habits and be consistent in your you know, like goals and whatnot. So if you're struggling like I was with productivity, consistency, procrastination, get this book, Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. It's fantastic. There's a quote by Jim Rohn that said, I think it was, I'm going to butcher it, but I believe it was, motivation is what gets you started, habit is what keeps you going. And this book will teach you the importance of how to keep going. So that's one. The next book that I recommend, and this is the final third book, is called The Secrets of a Millionaire Mind. Now, I've talked about this, I think, openly in my blogs. I don't know, I'm also mentioning it in the book I'm writing right now. I was horrible, terrible at money. I kept putting myself in debt, and I never learned how to properly manage money. Neither of my parents were fantastic at it, and I just kind of, not that it's their fault, but I just never learned the proper money management techniques. And this book, Secrets of a Millionaire Mind, changed my financial mindset. Like this gave me so much financial education that it's ridiculous. Not only does it show you the proper techniques of how to manage your money, but it also teaches you the importance of how to think about money. For example, let me see if I can, it touches on, you know, how our ideas of money, where it comes from. Everybody has a different background, and, you know, sometimes it comes from the parents and it just gets passed on. He just breaks down so much more than just how to properly manage your money that I can't even, like, this is a fantastic read. And if you struggle with money management, I highly recommend reading this book. Now, I will make a little bit of a disclaimer. Throughout the book, he does kind of, not sell, but he does talk about some of his courses online and classes. You don't have to do them. You don't have to follow them unless you want to. I haven't taken the class myself, so I don't know I'm sure it's great. I just haven't done it. But don't read that and be like, he's just trying to sell his stuff. No, read this book. Take what he says to heart, because whatever is contained in this book alone will help you so much in how you manage your finances. So those are the books: Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Slight Edge, and Secrets of a Millionaire Mind. The reason I picked these three books is, to me, that's kind of like the perfect trifecta. Rich Dad, Poor Dad touches your mindset, helping you open up your mindset to the possibilities of, you know, living and getting out of the rat race. The Slight Edge helps you maintain consistency, and helps maintain consistency, that consistent habits that you'll need in order to become a success. And money management is obviously extremely important, because all the money you make, how are you going to manage it? If you don't know how to manage it, you're just going to blow it. So to me, these books is like the perfect trifecta: mindset, building habits, financial education. 3 books, easy to read, fantastic. All 3 of these have changed my life in one form or another. So that's it. Otherwise, have a fantastic Tuesday. I guess it's a Tuesday now. And I'll see you next Monday. I promise. I'll put it in my calendar this time. Actually, I had it in my calendar. I don't know why. I don't know how it got taken off. But anyways, I hope you guys have a fantastic week. Be productive. And catch me on my blog post this Friday. And leave comments, like, share video. You know the drill. All right, awesome. Thank you guys. Bye.